are you so excited for our next camper? He's an incredible storyteller, and he has a show that he's hosting tomorrow with Jameer Pond, who's one of our former campers as well. Please give it up for Ian Goldstein.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Yeah, I'm trying to lift this mic up. Okay. All right. So, it was about 6 months into the pandemic, and I'm in Prospect Park, and I'm walking in the park, it's a nice day, and I get a call from my boss, Paul. And Paul never calls me ever. So I answered, I said, hey Paul, how's it going? He said, hi Ian, I just want to let you know that you're laid off. You've been a real asset to the team, and HR will be calling you shortly. So, and of course I thank him. I'm like, well, thank you, Paul. You've been a great boss. Because I can't, of course, if someone just does something terrible to me, I have to like compliment them and be like really nice to them. So I'm like, all right, thanks, Paul. Yeah, okay. And we hang up. And immediately the first thing I think is like, if I'm a real asset to the team, why are you firing me? That's a mistake. Like, I would have rather just been honest about it and just be like, Ian, you're really mediocre. Like, that would have been better. Then the main three things I think are, okay, I need health insurance because I have Crohn's disease. And I take a medication called Skyrizi, which I know sounds like a forgotten rapper from 2003, but it's an immunosuppressant. And so I need that medication, and with insurance it costs about $5 a month. Without insurance it costs about $13,000 a month. Ooh. Yeah, it's a lot of money. And I majored in journalism, so I cannot afford a $13,000 a month medication, okay? I've only gotten journalism jobs. So that's the main thing. And then the next thing is like, okay, I need health insurance, I need income, because I need to live my life, you know? I need to live. And then thirdly, I need validation of some sort, because I have all these friends who they're working like big tech, you know, they're getting all these like 6-figure salaries. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? So I'm in all these conundrums, and the thing I did, I was a digital producer. And if you don't know what a digital producer is, that makes a lot of sense because I don't know what a digital producer is. Like, I remember one time a client called me and they were like not happy, and they called me and said, hi Ian, how old are you? And I said, I'm 31. And they said, no, I said, how are you? Just imagine that, like asking someone, hey, how are you doing? And they're like, I'm 31. Like, what does that mean? So I'm not fit for many jobs, but I wound up landing 2 freelance jobs. One is at a place called Looper, and the other is a place called Stitcher. Looper and Stitcher. Looper is an entertainment news website that basically, I was hired, they paid me like $10 an hour, and I'd write like 6-7 articles every single morning. They'd give me SEO optimized headlines, and I would have to make an article around it. So one of them was like, Sister Act 3, What We Know So Far. Which, like, I'm not saying the Sister Act trilogy isn't important, but like that's a news headline. That's like for hurricanes or homicides. And then I had a job at Stitcher, which is a now defunct podcast company, and they're like, hey, people are listening to our podcast. They have like Beautiful Anonymous, Chris Gethard, and some really great podcasts on there. We want you to like up our blog on Medium. No one's reading it. We need you to do recaps of our podcasts. Which is like, people are listening to the podcast, they don't need recaps of the podcast episodes. But I'm like, okay, they have 500 followers on Medium, here's my chance to like up their blog. So I'd write a recap of a whole episode, and I'd write it up, and I realized on Medium, you can like your own article like a bunch of times, and no one will know. So I liked my article like 100 times. And then I would send it to the editors, I'm like, hey, look at this, like we're doing great. I only realized after that if you hover over the like button, you can see who liked it. So it literally said Ian Goldstein liked this 100 times. I was laid off soon after. So things were not going great for me during the pandemic. But I tried to find the things that I really liked doing. And we're in Brooklyn, so I'm gonna say this. I liked baking bread. I know, but I realized I enjoyed it. I was kneading the dough at like 6 a.m. and then as I'd be like fighting with the Department of Labor on the phone at like 7 a.m., the bread would be rising and I'd smell it and it'd be therapeutic for me. And I used King Arthur flour. Big fans of nice. Okay, yeah, King Arthur flour. I did not expect that. This is first room that's been so excited for King Arthur flour. They are the premier flour brand, much better than Gold's. I'm gonna say it. So I used King Arthur flour, and the bread came out great. I was so happy. So I was doing that, and then I also found that I love doing jingles. Me and my girlfriend, we have a cat named Roger, and me and him have a lot of similarities, the most of which we both have had bowel obstructions, and we have chronic disease. So we relate to each other. So me and my girlfriend will sing jingles to him around the apartment, one of which goes like this: Roger, give me your attention. Roger, I need your attention. That's the song. Thank you for listening to that. But that is the song, and I found, I'm like, I really like doing these two things. So I realized, what if I make a jingle for King Arthur flour? Like, maybe they'll give me, I saw you just wince. Yeah.
I won't be able to get it out of my head later.
Oh, okay, got it.
Anticipatory.
Oh, well, okay, great. Well, I made a jingle, so I'm like, I'm gonna make a jingle for King Arthur flour. Like, maybe they're gonna sponsor me or give me some kind of amount of money. I'm like, all right, let me try this. So one morning I get up, I write the jingle, and I don't even change the clothes I'm wearing, which the clothes I'm wearing, my girlfriend's mom for Christmas. I'm Jewish, if that's not very clear so far. For Christmas one year, my girlfriend's mom gave everyone in her family Christmas pajamas that were red and green. And she gave me these pajamas that the pants had Stars of David all over them. And the shirt said, "Oi to the world" on it. Which I said to her, I was like, this is very nice of you, Sandy, but I also, you could have given me Christmas pajamas. I could have handled it. So that's what I'm wearing. And I'm like, here we go. I'm gonna record my King Arthur song. And so I start recording, and it goes, King Arthur flour, I love you. You make the days feel bright and new. Baking with you is like baking with my grandpa. I never baked with my grandpa. I don't know what I was singing. But I recorded this. And I put it on Instagram, and I wrote to King Arthur. I was like, please sponsor me, King Arthur. This is like a jingle for you. And then an hour later, I got a message from King Arthur flour. And they wrote me this poem. And they said, Ian, your song helped us get through a day so long. While we can't sponsor Love So True, we'd like to send a gift to you. Please send us your address. Yeah, that's how I felt. Now, I don't know would you all send your address to a flour company?
Yes.
Yeah, I know, that was my debate. I was like, do I do this? It's a pandemic, who cares? So I sent it to them, and within a few days, they sent me this package, with this gigantic package of bread flour, pizza flour, pumpernickel flour, everything bagel seasoning, a $100 King Arthur flour gift certificate, very exciting, and a very nice hat, which if you look at it a certain way, kind of looks like a cult symbol. It's but it's okay because it's a nice hat. It's a very nice hat. So I just want to tell all of you, do what you love, and you might get a free hat. Thank you very much.